ให้ญาติโยมที่พอฟังภาษาอังกฤษได้แล้วก็อยากจะนิมนต์ท่านอาจารย์มานะมาพูดเป็นภาษาอินโดนีเซียต่อ I'm very happy to have a chance to come and talk to you or speak to you in English. What we have heard is not easy to translate, but all in all, Luang Po himself very happy to see many of you come to celebrate what they call the Obo Star Hall, the Sima. It is a very important occasion. It's great merit for all of us to make a place like this, to be a holy place, and to be the place where ordination take place. It's not that easy to find. In our lifetime, we might have come to many functions, but to participate in the foundation of the Oposta Hall is not that easy. It's a great merit. All of you who have come here would gain happiness and prosperity in your life. So what the Buddha taught us, since he has a great compassion, great loving kindness, great purity, and great wisdom, all of us should do our best to be kind and generous as taught by the Lord Buddha. First, we have to practice kindness and generosity. That have to be done every day. Be kind to everyone. Nekasi lapate sukhang in Pali, if you eat alone, you cannot find happiness. But if you share what you have with others, you can get more happiness for yourself. Even in the Isan language, I have a chance to go to Laos and sit under the mango tree. What they said, the letter in Lao, I can say in Lao, some of you might understand. ย่ามเมื่อมีหมักใหม่ให้บีแบ่งกันกินอย่านั่งกินคนเดียวหน่วยหวานสิเป็นสม When you have a good fruit to eat, never eat alone by yourself. Otherwise, that sweetness would turn to sour. Understand? When you have anything at all, share with others. Never eat alone. But if you eat alone, that sweet mango would turn to sour. So if you eat alone, you have all things for yourself without sharing to others. In the long run, in the future, what you have would bring trouble to you. But if you share your prosperity with others, you always get what goes around comes around. What they say, it has to go first before it. Be kind and generous to all living beings as taught by the Lord Buddha. So why many people in the Buddhist country always get up early in the morning, prepare their food, and put their food into the bowl of the monk. So that bring them great happiness and peace in their life. And then what the Buddha taught us is great purity. That means all of us as Buddhists, we have to practice morality. The 5 precepts is a must for all of us. Not to harm any living being, not to steal, not to commit sexual misconduct, not to tell a lie, and not to drink intoxicating drink. So it's so important. Once you don't harm and hurt others, you have only loving kindness to all living beings. Goes on and on, all around, to every living being. Here in this this particular place is a holy place surrounded by the mountain. You can see that all the animals, very important one, the elephant living here. In the past, they could have tiger, but elephant is the good animals close to human being. If you train them, they can be a very useful, very good animal that can help human being. So we have to be kind and good to all of them. In the mountain, there might be deities and deva living. So once you do good, they rejoice in what you're doing. So when the deity, the deva, look after you, you can find happiness and peace only. So 5 precepts is a must. Never take what is not given. Practice kindness and generosity. When we giving for the happiness of others, we never break this precept. Always know how to give for the happiness of all others. In fact, the teaching of the Lord Buddha is about the giving. Giving material things, giving gift we call generosity. Giving the bad action, bad speech we call morality. Giving the liking, disliking, love and hatred, distractions in the mind we call morality. We call the meditation. Giving the attachment away, the attachment to the 5 aggregates, to the form, to the rupa, to the vedana, feeling, to the sanya, perception, to the sankhara, mental activities, and to the vijnana, consciousness. If we give up all this attachment to them, then we can find happiness and peace. What they call, we can come to freedom from all kind of suffering. So keep doing the good thing, keep giving away. All that giving would bring you up to the great, the ultimate great giving, letting go the attachment to the 5 aggregates. And then the third one, Luang Pu has explained to us, is very important precepts. If husband and wife very sincere and honest to each other, then we have a very good family. You become a very good father, good mother, good uncle, good auntie, good grandfather, good grandmother. And your children would be well looked after because of the good father and good mother loving each other. You have a very wonderful family. But if you don't practice this precept, then the marriage is split and family is broken. So there is no place for the children to turn to. Even a man without good wife to look after, even women without good husband to look after, life is very hard. So why this precept is so important? You have to be kind, generous, and sincere and honest to each other. And the 4th precept is very important because sincerity and honesty is the wonderful what you call virtue. It's a must. We have to be sincere and honest to all living beings. So in the precept Samma Vaca, the right speech, what the Buddha taught us, you have to speak the truth. Satjang Pane, always speak the truth. Piyang Pane, always speak the gentle word. Supachitang Pane, always speak the word that bring happiness to yourself and to all others. So, and then Dhammang Pane, you have to speak according to what the Buddha taught. If you can't say anything, keep quiet. So, so important. When we practice the teaching of the Lord Buddha, we have to make sure that our action have to be wholesome and positive. Never allow your body to harm, to hurt anyone, anybody. Never allow your speech to harm and hurt anyone, anybody. Then it comes to your own mind. You have to control it. But before I go to that meditation level, I like to explain the fifth one, the fifth precepts, not to drink intoxicating drink. This is very important. If you drink, you waste your money, then you lose your good health, and then you lose your mindfulness. Once you lose your health and lose your mindfulness, you lost everything. So stay away from anything that is bad. Never bring it to your life, and stay away from any kind of drug that could harm and hurt you. We say that this is the poison to your own body and to your own mind. But if we observe these precepts, stay away from drinking, we establish our mindfulness. That mindfulness is very important. It's so important virtue. Once we have mindfulness, we know what is right, what is wrong, what is good and what is bad. And then all in all, and when you keep practicing the teaching of the Lord Buddha, your mindfulness has to be strong and better and better. Stay away from the bad thing, do the good thing all the time. 5 precepts is a must, is the foundation. หลวงพ่อ said that อดิสีลังปฏิทาจะ the 5 precepts morality is the first and the important virtue we have to depend on. And then กัลยาณัญจะมาตุกัง all the virtues that we have depends on the 5 precepts. The 5 precepts is the mother of all virtues. Whatever good in this world, any kind of virtue at all, depends on the 5 precepts. The 5 precepts is like the good ground, like the whole earth that support the sea, that support the mountain, support the river. All the good things grow on earth. So the precepts is just the same. Anything good at all come from the sila, come from the 5 precepts. The 5 precepts is the president, is the leader of all virtues. So don't forget, keep your precepts pure and perfect all the time. And about meditation, Luang Pu has said that it's just like the water, you know. So when you come to the place where you see the clear water, normally you come to the mountain, you can see that because of the water running from the rock, running from the sand, the water is very clear, no mud, no dust. So the water is very clear. And then if you take the water, put into the bucket, and make the bucket still, the dust and the dirt settle down, the clarity of the water sit at the top. So if you have a chance to practice meditation, you can use the Buddho or Anapanasati, mindfulness of breath in and out, focus at the tip of the nose, just have one single thought. Ekakiyo adutiyo, one single thought without second one, with any kind of distractions and worry. So one the mind is concentrated, there no place for distractions and worry, no liking it and no disliking. So the dust and the dirt settle down. We can say that the wave and the sea is not different. Because of the wind, there is the wave. But if there is no wind, the water very clear and the sea very clear, very calm, and you can see what is underneath. The sand and the rock and the fish you can see clearly. So if there is no wind of hatred, no wind of anger, no wind of distractions, no wind of greed, then your mind very calm and very peaceful. So it's so important that you have to make your mind calm and peaceful, and then you can see clearly. When you see the roots of the trouble, so when we practice meditation, Luang Pu said that we have come to the samadhi and the panya. The samadhi level, the mind concentrated. The panya, once the mind is concentrated, has what you call the brightness, has clarity, and then you can see clearly. Now it comes to us to understand the full truth, the suffering and the cause of the suffering. Everything has its own cause. Happiness or suffering has its own cause. So we see the suffering that happen to the body, old age, sickness, and that happen to the body, and we suffer because we are attached to the body. So if you see the body as clear as possible, and your mind is different, the body is one thing, your mind is another, and your mind has been separate from the clinging, then there is no place for the suffering. So do your best to get rid of greed or lust, to get rid of anger, get rid of delusion, and then your mind get better and better. So all in all, we can say that the suffering and the cause of suffering on one side, on the left side, and the freedom from suffering and the path leading to the freedom of suffering on the other side. So if we practice morality, meditation, and wisdom, develop wisdom, then there is no place for greed, no place for anger, no place for delusion. Once you practice kindness and generosity, greed gets weaker and weaker. At the end, there is no place in your mind. Once you practice morality and meditation, that anger gets weaker and weaker, and one day disappear from your mind. And then when you practice meditation and wisdom, that delusion gets weaker and weaker, and then there is no place in your mind. Then you have perfect what they call the path that leading to the end of the suffering: morality, meditation, and wisdom. So generosity, dana, without morality is not good enough. There's the Pali, I can say to you, danang dadantu sattaya. When you practice generosity, you practice according to what you have. You can do whatever you can, little or small, or little or much, depend on your kindness and generosity, depend on what you have, according to your own faith and liking, so and confidence. But when it comes to the morality, danang dadantu sattaya, silang rakhantu sabada, 5 precepts have to practice forever, at all time and all occasion. So for the good Buddhists, we never stay from the 5 precepts. We have to stay with the 5 precepts all the time, because silang rakhantu sabada, sabada means at all time. Danang dadantu sattaya, dana can practice according to your faith and confidence. Small or little or small or much, depend on your faith and confidence. And then the very important one, now you come to the samadhi and panya level, so you have to spend your time practice meditation. So the mind is the very important place. We can think one thing at a time. That's the good thing for us. If the mind is positive, the mind is not negative. If there is good there, the bad is not there. Can say in this way that Mano Bupang Kamatama Mano Seta Mano Maya. Everything comes from the mind, good or bad, happiness or suffering come from the mind. Mana saje pasanena. If the mind is well established with morality and meditation, with kindness and generosity, whatever you say, mana saje pasanena pasati va karoti va. Whatever you say, whatever you do, what you call the outcome would be the great happiness. So pasati va karoti va tato nang sukhaman veti. After all the good deed and good word you have done and good thought you have performed, happiness would follow you like the shadow that never leaves you behind, always come with you. But again, what they say here, everything come to mind, good or bad come from the mind, suffering or happiness come from the mind. Mana saje paduthena. If that mind has been, what they call, destroyed, has been disturbed, has been harmed by greed, hatred, and ignorance, pasatiwa karotiwa. Whatever you do, whatever you say, the outcome would be great suffering. จากกังวะหะโตปะดัง what they say that like the wheel that follow what they call the cow that carry the very heavy burden. We can see that very different. If the mind is well established, happiness would come to us. If the mind is harmed and hurt by greed, hatred, and ignorance, it will bring suffering to us. So that's what I can say in brief what Luang Po had taught you on this occasion. May the triple gem, the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha look after all of you. May all living beings be well and happy. May all living beings who in suffering free from suffering. May all of you who are here be blessed with long life, beauty, happiness, and strength always. อยากนิมนต์อาจารย์มานะพูดเป็นภาษาอินโดหน่อยภาษาอังกฤษอาจจะไม่พูดหน่อยครับอยู่หรือเปล่าอยู่ป่ะล่ะอาจารย์มานะอยู่บ่บอกเป็นภาษาอินโดนะอยากฟัง
We very respected to the twin gem. Very respected to our Lord Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha. Especially we